Hey, that's true though, man. But oh, Trudeau. Let me step into the very next thing. Canada's parliament rocked by allegations of treason. Um, the capital of one of the world's most stable democracies is gripped by a growing panic about foreign agents working in elected office. A bombshell report by Canadian lawmakers has unnerved Parliament Hill, aligning the unnamed politicians have been covertly working with foreign governments. The revelation in heavily redacted findings released this week by an all-party National Security Committee adds intrigue to a separate and ongoing inquiry into foreign interference in Canada's 2019 and 2021 elections. The new report from the National Security and Intelligence Committee of the Parliamentarians is the first to suggest that lawmakers in Canada's parliament may have helped foreign actors meddle in political campaigns and leadership races. Heightened anxiety in Ottawa about foreign interference comes in the middle of a historic global elections where factors such as artificial intelligence and emboldened foreign powers are testing the resilience of democratic systems. Now, Justin Trudeau, which is the Prime Minister of Canada, came out and have made these kind of accusations against people. Yeah. You know, he's been saying he hasn't named anyone, but he's saying that they're working for India, because Canada has a large Indian population, and so he's been accusing Modi and India of meddling in his elections, trying to sway power in Canada.
At least he has the balls to call it out in his own country.
Yeah, he does. I mean, you look at it like this. We did too. You know what I mean? Look at, we called it out when they thought they saw it, they called it out and they went into the whole Russia, what they call it, quote unquote, hoax. They called it out. They went after it.
Yeah, they called the Russian hoax, but I ain't seen them take APAC yet.
I ain't seen them take them at all. That's a huge one right there. And that's so blatant that
they was going to take away our freedom of speech in the Bible, folks.
Absolutely.
They passed the House.
It passed the House.
If anything, no matter how you feel about they passed the law to take away your rights for freedom of speech.
Freedom of speech.
You couldn't even have your Bible anymore because it talked bad about the Jews in the Bible. And passed the House.
And these are the same Republicans who are all about Bibles, guns, religion.
No, it really comes down to power.
At the end of the day, they're showing you their pocketbook is more important than their Bible.
And people don't understand your money ain't going to be worth nothing once you let another government take over. Stupid.
I mean, and you got to look at it like this. Canada is our northern neighbor. India is one of the growing powers in the world. And now they're starting to flex their muscle on this type of a stage. That's pretty big. If China's already started doing it, because you look at Canada for what they bring to the table, they're a natural resource juggernaut. They got lots of oil, lots of natural gas, and they also have the Arctic. If you really, once the Arctic we go through this whole climate change thing we're going
through, that's going to be prime real estate.
Freezing up. Prime real estate. And if
once the world heats up, this is all going to be desert, and that's still going to be woods and nice little.
Think about this: the northern part of Canada is like uninhabited, so there's probably lots of oil and natural resources that they don't even know about because it's frozen over.
Yeah, no one ever goes up there. Yeah,
and so if these people gain the kind of power they're looking to gain, what is that going to do for India? Long term, they have a huge population. They got to feed these guys. They need oil. They need natural resources by the boatloads. They need it. And so this will be a huge play. I didn't think India was this deep into, foreign relations and stuff like that. I didn't know Modi. I know Narendra Modi, who's India's prime minister. He just got reelected. He lost some of his power within and sway because his bloc lost some of their seats in the whole parliament that he has over there. But at the same time, these guys are starting to become major players on the world stage, man. We got to pay attention to them. This is a big thing that we must keep our eye on, because if they're messing around with our northern neighbor, who's messing around? And China's messing around with our southern neighbor, because I think that they're
well, China's doing a lot of stuff. I don't know if I reported it on the last one, but they bought up a lot of farmland here in America, and all the farmland just happens to be close to all the military bases.
Wow.
They have some bases surrounded by the land that the Chinese have owned, private owners.
I know how we've been really, really harsh on, not us personally, but America's like, oh, we want to take TikTok away. And I know we're like, you don't want to take TikTok because they're the ones who's free. But at the end of the day, they don't let American companies let Americans invest in their companies.
No, China's been getting at us for they've been tearing us up agriculturally too. They have these killer bees that they released here in Washington. Mm-hmm. They have the moths that are destructive and poisonous. They released in New York. They have these fish that they've released that, like, when a boat, I can't remember what kind of fish it is, look it up, but when a boat goes through the water,
the ones that jumping fish
jump out, yeah, and you can't even eat them. They're no good to eat. You know what I'm saying? Like
they're invasive. They're invasive.
invasive species.
Yep.
All of them are
really
invasive species, and it's crazy because they brought those in here. They brought in plants. They brought in. I mean, they're destroying our agriculture stuff. Like it's, you know what I'm saying. This war is it's more than just like a fighting war. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. There's a lot of ways to skin a cat. There's more than one ways to skin a cat. It's the same thing.
We need to take a page out of North Korea's page and send some balloons over there.
send some shit balloons over.
Yep. So go to them EDM concerts and go get all that vegan shit. Send it over. They'll be dying. Oh my God.
Hey,